Welcome to Strasbourg, France. We're here for the quarterfinal action of the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Home team France taking on the Cinderella story, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Shona Thorburn alongside Teresa Bruntlebad, bringing you today's action. Can Bosnia continue this amazing story? The fans hope they can. Or are France gonna be in the way and roll into the semifinals? There you see today's quarterfinal action. On the other side, down in Valencia, Belarus taking on Sweden here, France taking on Bosnia. After we have Belgium taking on Russia, and then Spain taking on Serbia. There's the road to the final. You win tonight, you're gonna be in the semifinal. Teresa, tell me about this incredible story that is the women's basketball team of Bosnia.
I think they have introduced themselves at this championship exactly as they probably wanted. You know, they haven't been at the championship since 1999. That's 22 years. They haven't been at the Women's European Basketball. Their general manager, FIBA Hall of Fame member Razija Mujanovic on the bench, obviously supporting her team as well. Coach Loyo, he has proudly took that team here on the stage. He knows his players. Now we see in him lineup, I would say Babic, really big surprise for Bosnia. You know, she has been contributed from outside. Jonkin Jones, you know, she has been absolute brilliant. Not only for Bosnian team, but she's leading a lot of stats throughout the tournament in rebounding and pointing. Unit points. She is the leader for a Bosnian team.
Yep, they have definitely been the story, in my opinion, of this tournament, or at least here in Strasbourg, France. And now, home team France. They've been here before. They know exactly what it takes. They have, in my opinion, one of the biggest rosters, deepest rosters in this tournament. I guess, in my opinion, you can kind of say it's their tournament to lose or their tournament to win. You have Sandrine Gruda, Andy Meehan, Sarah Michelle playing great for them coming off the bench. The highlight reel, Marina Joannes. And then you have the new player to the team, Gabby Williams, to go along with really everyone else. It's an absolutely star-studded team. Coach Valerie Garnier, she's been here before. She knows what it takes to make the podium. Is this gonna be the year that France can finally win? They won back in 1999, a couple tough losses recently. We'll find out very shortly. We're gonna take a quick pause for the playing of the national anthems. First up is Bosnia and Herzegovina.
First, the national anthem of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
the national anthem of France.
L'hymne national de la France, la Marseillaise.
And the national anthem of France.
Well, what an incredible atmosphere we already have here in Strasbourg, France for the quarterfinal matchup. Bosnian fans singing, French fans singing their national anthem. And now, tonight's referees, Apostolos Kalpakas from Sweden, Esperanza Mendoza Fulgado from Spain, and Andre Sharapov will be calling tonight's action.
And the FIBA commissioner,
Starting five for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Nikolina Babic, Brčaninović, Tabic, Delic, Jones. People who've been watching the games, we know we're missing Marica Gajic in today's game against France, and that's due to injury. The key player for Bosnia is this lady, Duncan Jones. She's ranked first in the Women's EuroBasket in points and rebounds, 20.8% points per game, 14.5 rebounds per game. This NBA and EuroLeague star is gonna definitely be a big contributor. Coach Loyo mentioned already how important this play caller is for Bosnia. Very confident. Bosnia has made her history already 3 times at this tournament. Can they make it again?
And now, starting 5 for France. Endimian, Sandrine Gruda, Valerian Vukosavljevic, Marine Joannes, and Alex Duche. We do know Olivia Ipupa suffered ankle sprain in the first game. We are hoping to see her back maybe for the semifinals. Does not appear she is playing tonight. And that woman, when she does decide to retire, she will retire as a legend of the women's game, and especially a legend of France. Sandrine Gruda. Valerie Garnier, head coach, trying to finally get that elusive gold medal for France. But first, they have to get through Bosnia.
Bosnia is the team who's leading with 9.3 made out of 3 points. So that tells you a lot. Being a French fan, obviously they will have to stop that shooting for Bosnia and more open the space inside for possible teammate defense. Here, that we just see it, you know, it's a high number, 9.3 threes. That really could help Bosnia to stay in the game against strong France. 12 consecutive quarterfinals appearances, best among any of the teams. You know, that tells you how experienced French team is. They've been here, you mentioned it, they've done it already. And, you know, at this championship, France is winning every game, 20-plus margin, you know, in the score. And that's just, you know, the last team who has won 4 20-plus margin has been the Soviet Union between 1985 and 1987. So are we going to see another game from France, margin 20-plus today against the quick and underdog team of Bosnia and Herzegovina?
and welcome to the quarterfinals action of the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. France taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina. Shona Thorburn alongside Teresa Brentlebutt, and a quick turnover, but she's not able to hold on to it. So ball back to France.
France is at the top of this championship, 87 points they're averaging per game, and that says that Bosnia really have to play great defense to give themselves a chance to beat them in today's game.
Duche, and it goes off the hands of Vukosavljevic. So almost 2 turnovers. I know the first wasn't a turnover, but turnover on their first possession. Disappointing for France. And now Bosnia with a chance to get on the board. Jones. Goodness me. Sandrine Gruda is probably one of the elite defenders in this tournament. So it shows you how good on offense Jones is if she's already on the board.
Yeah, she's a player who has scored double-double in every her game at this championship. So I think we can expect another one probably. Look at that, that's a confidence.
Her 3-point shot is off. She's asking the ref for a foul though. Now Vukosavljevic is running, finds Joannes. Good job getting back on defense. Joannes' 3-point shot attempt is off. Jones rebounding and leading the break. How many times have we seen that in this tournament? Wide open, easy basket for Matea Tabic.
Yeah, there was no one on the split line from the French team this time. I think it's supposed to be Marie Joannes. And really, Bosnia has nothing to lose. They only can make another time a history for their country.
Vukosavljevic, her 3-point shot is off, and another rebound for Jones. We talked about Jones. She's been this double-double. Tabic, shots off. Double-double machine in this tournament. But you and I have covered every nice headman pass from Joannes and an easy 2 points for France. How many times have we seen her start Jones start slow, and really that double-double only happens in the second half. So I like to see this aggressivity from her early. And again, no help defense, and it's gonna be Nikolina Babic, and now Bosnia up 6-2 over France.
Yeah, I think back to Duncan Jones, she will have to play 40 minutes in today's game, absolutely full speed. Great rebound from Andy Miem. You know, because with the absence of Marica Gajic, who will be really missed on both ends on the glass for Bosnian team, and you know, we've seen her scoring as well, 12.5 points. Obviously, that's a signal for Duncan Jones. She can't take any break in today's game because her teammates rely on her, the country of Bosnia relies on her, and important will be how many players from outside can add to her from Bosnia. And this is great Babic again.
So Babic not able to finish, but the ball goes off France. Delic. Tough shot, well defended.
It's always important to play great man-to-man defense personally first, and then obviously if you make any error, you're gonna rely on your teammates to help you. But this one, Andy Miem didn't need any help. That was great contested shot.
Vukosavljevic nowhere to go, but she finds Gruda, who does not miss an open shot.
It was a great kick as well because Duncan Jones stayed way too low, and I think she needs to know she plays against Gruda, and she's one of the best shooters from mid-range. So you gotta definitely step to her to contest that shot.
France, it just kind of shows you how deep they are, Teresa, because Andy Miem was the top scorer in their first game. They won 105-63 over Croatia. Second game, Gruda was their top scorer, where they won 71-51 over the Czech Republic. And then the third game, Alex Duche was the top scorer with 12 points, where they won 85-59 over Russia. To have 3 games and 3 different top scorers just shows you the depth of this team.
Yeah, and French team averaging 36 points from the bench. what obviously gives Coach Valerie a lot of advantage.
Babic continues the hot hand from 3. You mentioned it. Maybe she was a little unknown coming into this tournament. Trust me, she is going to be very well known after this tournament. Mia with another offensive rebound and put back. Jones going at Gruda. Fade away. Shot rolls in. I'm not sure how you can guard that.
Yeah, I think Gruda did a great job. She was in contact, she was in stance, contested shot. This is just the quality of Johnson Jones, nicknaming JJ as we've heard the other game.
Mia.
Great defense from Jonas.
Three-point shots off. We mentioned at the beginning of the game, this Bosnian team do average the most three-pointers made in this tournament, almost 30 points a game from the three-point range. It's a pretty incredible stat.
Yeah, that's incredible stuff. And, you know, it makes your game easier offensively because then you have quite open space as well inside to penetrate to.
Strong take by JJ. Not able to score, but she is able to draw the foul on Andy Mia.
Yeah, what could be quite a decisive element in this game is the minutes each of the player has played, because on the Bosnian side, you see all the leaders, either if it's Janko Jones, Nikolina Babic, Tadic, they all played around Janko Jones almost all games, 38 minutes per game, Babic 32 minutes per game, Tadic 26. On the other hand, on the French side, I think no player has averaged more than 23 minutes per game. So, and plus they had that extra day off as well. Here, turnovers 3 for France, Bosnia 1, and Bosnia 2 steals early in the game, which could give them a chance to have another possession offensively against this strong French team.
Yeah, you talked about the big minutes that this Bosnian team have had to play. They've also played one extra game than France. This, you know, it's a lot of games in a short amount of time. I'm not surprised to see France coming out slow here. France coming out slow here as they're typically not a high up-tempo team in the first quarter. They definitely find a second, third gear as the game goes on, but they have historically started rather slow in this tournament.
Yeah, Janko Jones, 4 points, 5 rebounds, shooting 2 out of 3 from the field. You know, it will be very important for Bosnia to control the rhythm of the game, to be in control of it. If they want to manage their energy in this game, those minutes could be definitely a decisive factor, and I'm sure Coach Loyer knows it. That's why Nikolina Babic is now on the bench, obviously getting some of those valuable minutes of the rest.
Yeah, Lisa Jura checks in for her. Joannes to Mia. Pretty well defended. You have Jones coming over help side there, and I really think it affected the shot attempt. Jones's shot's off. I believe there's going to be a boxing out defensive foul here on Duche. So ball goes back to Bosnia. And you know, we talked, Jones, really, she's been very quiet in the first half. I think this is a good sign, her already having 6 points. I mean, we've seen her have 6 points at a half and then just explode and finish a game with 24. So for her to score early, it's really, really important for Bosnia. So Jombeta in for Bosnia as well. Extra pass to Delic, her shot's off though. Jones with Another defensive rebound. Milica Dionga gets all the way to the basket. Her shot's off.
Yeah, I think Marian Johannes didn't really know that there was no Bosnian player going for the rebound. She could have easily just grabbed it and started transition. Great defense from Zangi Gruda.
Vukosavljevic, she stops in transition. And you know what? Three-point shot, whether it's a swish or a bank, it's still worth the same. So now she has 5 points in the game.
I believe that's her first three-point shot in the tournament.
It is. So good sign for France. Duché. Ball back to France. Substitutions for France. Sarah Michelle turns the ball over. Bosnia running. Nice little hesitation, but Diombeta's shot is off. Djura comes up with a rebound, though. Shot clock at 10. 5. And a foul is going to be called against Gabby Williams, who checked in for Vukosavljevic.
I think it was pretty good team defense possession from France. It's just, obviously, they didn't have anyone in on the passing line to catch that pass. So it's such a, let's say, unnecessary foul to give another possession to Bosnia.
Shot attempt off. Jones somehow comes up with it, but then turns it over with the quick hands of Michelle. Joanna's with the nifty pass to Charteroux. Williams, well defended. She attacks. Jones with the block, though. 0.8 seconds.
And this is why Jonker Jones' presence so important. Look at that. She's always on the split line, and it's not easy for French player to penetrate easily. Ooh.
And a foul is going to be called. So that's disappointing. You don't really want to foul with 0.8 seconds left on the shot clock.
But it was well played from France because it was literally just one screen and Chantereau had that mismatch right under the rim, so she would have easily made that in that time.
Joanna to Chartereau. Her shot's off. Siak keeps it alive. Michelle came up with it. Now Chartereau. And a hustle again, but I believe a foul is going to be called on Helena Siak, number 8 of France. So now France are going to be putting Bosnia to the line. So they have 5 fouls. Bosnia only has 1 foul, Teresa.
That's the signal to Bosnian offense straight away to start to be aggressive towards the rim, because any other foul obviously committed for any French player will be rewarded by 2 free throws. And you know, we've seen that free throws can win games, so it will be really important for Bosnia to get on that line.
So Jones, 8 points in this first quarter so far. Williams, nice cut, and she's able to score the basket and get fouled. So a chance for France here.
It was a great curl from Gabby Williams over that screen, behind that screen, and Jayebo wasn't ready on that split line. She was focusing on her player to guard her.
Williams' shot's off, though. So minute 30 left to play in the first quarter. Bosnia with a slight 2-point lead. Giombetta. Three-point shot attempt is off by Giera. And now France with a chance to tie or take the lead. Williams' jump shot is off. So a foul is called, and now it's going to be 2 free throw attempts. I believe the foul is going against Alexia Chartereau.
Tadera recognized that space right in the middle. So, and that's exactly the aggressivity we spoke about. You gotta be brave and really have a courage to go and draw the fouls, you know, and that's what just happened. And as we mentioned earlier, Team France and foul troubles, so they're on the line.
So there you see Maritza Gajic giving some words to Jonquel Jones. Again, Maritza Gajic has been very, very big for this Bosnian team in this tournament. You know, we talked about Jones' double-double, but Gajic is also averaging a double-double, so she, I'm sure, is very much missed by her teammates and Coach Loyo. But obviously, athletes' health is more important.
Yeah. Indeed, now we see zone defense from Bosnia to change rhythm a little bit to French offense.
Williams, Chartereau, back out to Sarah Michelle, and her three-point shot is good.
You know, the first offense against the zone defense, if you hit the three, it's always the most dangerous, because now, obviously, Coach Loyo has to think about is he's going to stay in that zone defense, because there's a possibility that the French side's going to hit another three. So great offense from France to leave Michelle wide open.
So Jebo in the game. Shot is off. Shot clock was winding down, so a good defensive possession there by France. And now they will have 7.5 seconds to try and get a good look.
They will play against zone defense.
Duche for three. It's off. Offensive rebound by Gabby Williams. And it's good, I believe. So the referees are going to discuss it here. That offensive rebound right now has been called good, but they are going to look at the replay, so are we. Looks pretty good to me.
We check his basket is valid. On time.
So nice recognition there by Gabby Williams.
Confirmed, basket.
So you heard it. The basket's confirmed. Good call there by the referee from Spain, Mendoza, Juzgado. So, after 10 minutes, France with a 2-point lead, 18-16 over Bosnia and Herzegovina.
You know, I think your numbers 50% from Bosnia from two is very good. But only hitting 1 out of 11 from threes for the best three-point shooting team at the tournament. I don't think they're happy during that first quarter. On the other hand, France has hit already 2 out of 6 and 6 out of 16 from 2 points. You know, rebounds quite even. Let's say, I think France has started again a little bit slower, but as we already mentioned, it is their game. It's almost like they want to get into the rhythm of the game, get touches to as many players as possible, and from the second quarter, they usually put the gear one higher, and we see a little bit more quick transitions and, you know, aggressivity defensively is going up as well from second quarter. So I'm really looking forward to see what we're going to see this second quarter. On the other hand, Bosnia, we've seen Nikolina Babic on the bench for almost half of the first quarter. I think we're going to see her back because those threes which she's hitting in this tournament are quite important for Bosnia to stay in touch with the French team as long as they can in this game.
So Jones almost with a double-double already after the first quarter.
Yeah, 8 points, 9 rebounds, so it could be one possession for her straight away, have double-double with 1 rebound and 2 points, so another incredible performance.
Bosnia and Herzegovina 16.
So, Jombeta along with Delic, Jones, Babic back into the game. Nice strong take by Bracjaninovic, sorry, but her shot's off. Duche pops, misses. Delic trying to create something, but she turns it over. France running. Siak lets the 3 go. Rebound by Jones. Babic, one of the great 3-pointers of this tournament. Strong take, her layup's off. Now France are running. Nice pass to a wide open Gabby Williams. Good job there by Sarah Michelle pushing the ball.
And these are those transition offense I expected from French team this second quarter. You know, quick rebound, quick penetration, and cutting, and everyone's running.
So France with that extra day off. And one less game than Bosnia. You kind of expect them to be able to get out, run, look at more fast break opportunities. So Williams is coming out with her second foul, and Deandra Chechong is checking into the game. Jones and Chartreux is going to pick up, I believe, her second foul. And there you see them, the Bosnian fans, a lot of them here today in this game. They're excited, they're here to cheer on their team, to be a part of history. So Chartreux also comes out, and Endimian back in for France. Tabic. Going to be an offensive foul called against Jones. Nice defense there by Sarah Michelle. You see Jones kind of called a little bit with the hook. Duche almost broke her own ankles with that stop. Tough reverse layup by Chechong. Jones goes all the way, but she's not able to get the rebound. A good job there by Melissa Bracjaninovic from Bosnia. And Endimian also picks up her second foul. So now that's Endimian with 2 fouls, Chartreux with 2 fouls, Williams with 2 fouls for France.
Yeah, I wouldn't be need to worry about the French team, because we already mentioned that French team, any position has a backup. You know, they have such full
backup and a backup and a backup.
Exactly. So I'm sure Coach Valérie Garnier is going to manage that herself, and she knows that she can trust her players as well. So
wide open three-point shot attempt is off, but Jones is there. She goes up strong, and it's good. So she now has a double-double after a little over 12 minutes of play.
That's 12 rebounds, 10 points for Jonquil Jones in today's game against France.
Here, you and I have covered all these games here in Strasbourg, France. So we haven't seen the other group, which is being played down in Valencia, Spain. But for me, Jonquil Jones, there's no reason why she hasn't been the best player so far in the games that we have seen, right?
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. And
nice block by Jajong. Babic! Three-point shot is off. Might be seeing a little bit of fatigue here by this Bosnian team.
Yeah, we mentioned that fairy tale. Bosnia is living in here, you know. They have made a history, obviously, as they left the group stage for the first time. They made the quarterfinals for the first time, and they won 3 out of their first 3 games. They won the 3 games at the Women's EuroBasket for the first time. Obviously, they have lost once against Slovenia on the game day 3, but that's 3 times making the history at the Women's EuroBasket 2021. So can we see another fourth making history from that team? On the other hand, France has been in quarterfinals 12 times, and they only failed 3 times. And it was in a different decade. So it was, I'll tell you exactly, it was 2003, 2005, and 2007 when France has failed in the quarterfinals. So that's a pretty long time ago. And we mentioned France is definitely the contender on the top of the podium at this championship. So really good game. I think Bosnia is doing pretty well this beginning of the game, staying in game, you know, managing their personal fouls, you know, controlling their rhythm of the game and playing quite good defense.
There you see the double-double of Jones. 10 points, 13 rebounds tonight. Chechong will move in the key.
It was a great separation creation from her, from the defender to step back, give herself space to shoot.
Jones gives it up to Babic. Now Tabic, almost trapped. Tough place to stop Jones if she catches the ball that easily underneath the basket. So another 2 points for her. Like you said, this Bosnian team, they're not going away.
Yeah, Coach Lawyer showing that she has to use her forearm to get in touch with Chachun. So in that case, it wouldn't be personal foul.
Almost a 5-second call here. Sarah Michelle, she had a wide open layup, but she gives it up. And she's there for the offensive rebound though. Ball gets kicked out to Joannes. Her shot's off. Jones goes all the way to the basket.
You know,
and she is unstoppable to
absolutely. And you know what, players like that, you gotta play together a team defense.
So foul is going to be called on Babic, but Jones actually came over and was able to block it. So a nice pass there from Joannes to Gruda. You see it here. Yeah, unfortunately Babic fouled right before Jones was able to get there. So now Sandrine Gruda Makes the first, misses the second. Babic finds Tabic open for three, and her three-point shot is good. And they are not going away, folks. Bosnia hanging around France. They're now up 25-23 with exactly 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
It was a great, it came out of Nikolina Babic being effective and being aggressive towards the rim. And, you know, if you don't create for yourself, you create for your teammates. And it was a great kick out for wide open Babic. And I believe that was the second personal foul for Nikolina Babic.
So Marie Joannes is at the line, and now Bosnia have already committed 5 fouls, so every foul, France is going to be getting to the free throw line. There's still 5 minutes left. That could be a tough situation that Bosnia have put themselves in with all these early fouls in the quarter.
It's important from the French side that Marie Joannes now hit those two free throws, because she's a player. Once she feels the chance, she's gonna go and be on the fire. You haven't heard from her in this game yet, playing 11 minutes already so far.
Oh, goodness me! Three-point shot for Jones, and she has come out on a mission here in this first half. Ruda. Her two-point jump shot is good. Tabic, nice hesitation. Tough pass to Babic, though.
You know, I think she has created really good position for herself to go that layup and be brave, because I think the repair has been a little bit too slow for the help. So you gotta be brave as well and maybe take that shot yourself.
Take the contact,
yeah.
You know, maybe she got worried about getting blocked, but you gotta go up strong, right? Joannes, three-point shots off Ruda. Nice pass into Iliana Rupert, who gets her first 2 points of this game.
There's great patience from Sandrine Ruda.
Actually, her first 2 points of the tournament. And now good defense by France, and they picked up the energy the last couple possessions here.
Yeah, and Sandrine Ruda is the one who has led it, because, you know, this is great to see the big being really aggressive on the ball, same as the others. And she basically made that possession for the France.
Joannes, tough shot in the key, and it's good. So now a timeout is going to be called by Coach Goran Loyo. He wants to talk it over at the end of this second quarter. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to play. France leading by 3, 31-28.
It's got expected time on from Coach Loyo, because now it has been a couple possessions when France has been really dominating, and I would say Sandrine Ruda has been dominating. If I don't count this last, obviously, penetration from Joannes, you know, she has had 2 points herself, great assist, and then that drawn steal, let's say, for a French side. So great timeout from Coach Loyo to say to his players, hey, we gotta refocus and we gotta control again our game. 4 assists for Bosnia and Herzegovina, 8 turnovers. That's a big number, and that's definitely another decisive element of Bosnia in today's game, because French team is very effective running those breaks out of the turnovers. So they're gonna definitely stop that number increasing as soon as they can. On the other side, France, 10 assists. Great number for French team. Again, it tells you how collective they play. They play as a team. Whoever touches the ball, everyone touches the ball within the offense. We have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players from French team scoring in today's game. Again, another great team effort for a French side.
Yeah, compared to, you know, only 4 people for Bosnia, just shows you how strong this French team is. But I love the heart and the energy that Bosnia are playing with. They're not, you you know, win or lose, they lose. No one expected them to win. What a block by Jechung. Tavic is fouled by Rupert. Like, we've talked about this in other games early in this tournament, Teresa. They really have nothing to lose, right? And no one really expects Bosnia to win. So there's no pressure on them. Trust me, there's a lot of pressure on this French team.
Yeah, I think Bosnian players should enjoy this moment, you know. They've made the history already 3 times at these championships. This is possible 4th option for them for that. And I think every player would love to play this strong French team, you know, from their personal perspective. You know, who would you like to play at the EuroBasket women? You know, you're playing the possible strongest team at this championship, and they should enjoy, and they're doing it.
Gruda takes Jones on, and Jones is going to be called for the foul, and that's going to be her 2nd.
Yeah, you see great contested shot from Jungkook Jones, but then obviously when Gruda puts the ball on the floor, you gotta step back away from her to create yourself space to cover that penetration without committing a personal foul.
So France ranked 5th by the FIBA Nike Women's World Rankings. Bosnia and Herzegovina, 34th. And there's Bosnia sticking around. Jones, almost triple team. 3 defenders guarded her at one time during that possession. Now France running. Gruda is double team. Nice cut by Rupert. She's not able to make the layup, but she is fouled.
Nikolina Babic, and that's her 3rd personal foul. And we see her going on the bench. Coach Loyo wants to obviously prevent that situation. She would commit a 4th foul still in the first half, so great call from Coach Loyo to take her off the court.
And again, keep in mind, this Bosnian team is playing without number 10, Marica Gajic, who averages just under 39 minutes a game, 12.5 points and 10.3 rebounds per game. So they're missing a very, very key part of their offense and also their defense.
Yeah, it tells you how strong mental it is Bosnian team is. You know, they're stepping up for a teammate who can't play in today's game, and they do pretty well, being down by 5, 2.5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. We've seen Duché going on the bench. I think Coach Valerie Garnier didn't like that she has just committed personal foul quite far away from the basket, and considering that France is sending the Bosnians to a foul line shot after any foul.
So Tavic makes the 1st, misses the 2nd. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, almost a turnover. In this 2nd quarter, France with a 4-point lead.
Very aggressive defense from Tavic.
So again, Jechung with the repost, hesitates, little fade away, shots off, Jones there for the rebound. Bosnia running. Nice kick, nice extra pass, 3-point jump shot, just off, looked good from our angle. But Tavic there for the offensive rebound, and now it's going to be a holding foul, I believe, on Sandrine Gruda, and that's going to be her 1st foul, but again, they're putting them on the free throw line.
Yeah, and it comes out of that, let's say, not being concentrated enough to grab the rebound, you know, defensive rebound, because that has been a 12th offensive rebound, Bosnia and Herzegovina. And if you have to be quite concrete, that was a second from Duncan Jones. And Bosnia and Herzegovina has been averaging 10 offensive rebounds per game before this game. So, you know, not even in the halftime, and they already grabbed 12. That's such a high number, and that's going to be probably one of the talking points for Coach Garnier during the halftime break.
So a foul now, reach-in foul. In my opinion, a very unnecessary foul there by number 4, Milica Giera. You see Coach Loyo.
Yeah.
You know, she's saying, well, she threw her elbow after it. She reached in.
Yeah, she reached in, and I think all players should look at the scoreboard if they're not sure if their team is in the foul troubles, because we've seen it on both sides that the short players of both teams are playing that aggressive, that they're committing the personal fouls. And you can be aggressive, but you gotta spread your arms and just control yourself not to commit any personal foul.
Jones, the hot hand for Bosnia. Finds Delic. Delic, nowhere to go. Good defense there by Valerian Vukosavljevic. And now ball back to France.
Got a great defense, being patient, not reaching, and waiting for Delic to try to take that shot. Great defensive possession.
So Delic checks out. Minute 20 seconds left here.
Jabo, great hands defensively.
Jones,
look at that.
nice fast break. Wide open, hesitates. Oh, goodness me. Jabo probably gave up maybe the easiest basket she would have got against this French team. Gruda. And the foul is going to go against number 4, Yura. So she maybe will come out.
We say in basketball, you miss, you receive. And Jabo has missed really wide open 2 points. And on the other hand, Chachuang really good, penetrating to that middle of the court where it gives you more options to create. And she just opened up something Gruda for that and one. Great play from Chachuang.
So at halftime in Valencia, Spain, Belarus 26 is up on Sweden 14. We do know the winner of this game will play the winner of either that game, Belarus or Sweden. And vice versa, the loser of this game will play the loser of that game.
Yeah, we've seen 7 points out of fast breaks on the French side. That's a great number. And most of the time, it's really easy baskets, especially when you're first in the break. So 36 for France, 31 for Bosnia. And again, 15 points from the bench players of France against 1 point on Bosnia. It just tells you how strong this French team is. Every position you can look at, there is a line of quality players.
Turnover by Bosnia. So that's disappointing out of a timeout. Sarah Michelle gets it inside to Gruda. And that's just way too easy for Sandrine Gruda. She now has 10 points for France. Last possession for Bosnia. Turns it over, almost. Lucky possession there. Ball goes out of bounds. So there's 7.9 seconds on the game clock. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Babic has nowhere to go. And they turn it over, but time runs out. So probably a disappointing possession to end the second quarter. France up 8, 39-31 over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Big first half by that woman, Jonquil Jones. Great job by Bosnia so far in this half. I think to only be down 8 shows how much heart they are playing with.
Yeah, shooting 46% from 2 points for France is really good number. They're creating themselves really good positions. 21 rebounds for France, 31 for Bosnia. 12 assists on the French side against the 4 of Bosnia. Some top scorers, Gruda 10, Jonquil Jones 19. Let me remind you, it's on the end of the first half. But what I see has really worked the second quarter for a French team was the combination offensively, really finding the right players to finish offense. And that one player I would like to highlight is Sandrine Gruda. She is on the 10 points already, and we knew before the game if she would score 1 point in this game, which we knew is going to happen. Obviously, she had 814 points scored in the women's EuroBasket by then, and she is now ranked 3rd time of all time in the EuroBasket over women. So amazing performance, I think, from Gruda the second quarter. And you know, those baskets she's hitting here from that mid-range is so important for the French team. They pick themselves up defensively. We've seen great possession from Vukosavljevic, you know, and it's just so much easier to play offensively if you have some quick breaks, well-organized offense when everyone touches the floor, and I think it was a great improvement, and that second, let's say, higher speed from the French team compared to the first quarter.
Some highlights from the first half for you guys. No surprise, Jones making that highlight list.
Yeah, and you know, every team says, okay, if the opponent has one superstar, okay, it's not really about how much points the superstar does, but how you're able to limit the other 4 players on the court. And in today's game for Bosnia, we haven't really seen anyone pretty much supporting Jonquil Jones offensively. Nikolina Babic only 5 points, and Matea Tavic 6 points, but that's pretty it. From the Bosnian side, we see Deura 1 point. That's only 4 players compared to 8 players on the French side. So, you know, I would like to see from Bosnia the second half to go and maybe, you know, move the ball a little bit more between each other, have some combination, and what they need to see is contribution from other players as well.
Highlights from 2 days ago. Joannes falls, somehow gets the ball to Gruda.
Great pass off the floor. Assist for Sandrine Gruda.
Nice steal by Delic, and she's off to the races. She passes it off to Tavic, and a nice fast break basket there from Bosnia. And you see the emotion early in this game. Belgium taking on Slovenia. What a big-time block by Linskens!
Look at that.
Oh, that was how far can I the ball away.
Sylvia Dominguez again in the right corner. Here she is, one of the all-time greats. She's got the trophy cabinet to prove it. Oh, nice passing, and it finishes with a hill layup.
Inside, look at that.
The handoff to Bentley. Shot clock winding down. She makes the trap. She gets over the space. She puts it up. Oh! She's made the shot. Lavinia. And it's the backboard. It is heartbreak for Spain. What a shot, Bentley.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Well, there you saw it. The FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022, hosted by Australia. Jonquel Jones, 19 points already, 100% from the free throw line. She has a double-double as well, 16 rebounds. So she is really doing it all, trying to come up with the win for her adopted country, Bosnia and Herzegovina. And for France, no surprise, Sandrine Gruda, 10 points. I think more importantly, Sandrine Gruda, like you mentioned quickly, Teresa, has now become top third scorer in a FIBA Women's EuroBasket with her points from this game. She actually only needed one to reach that milestone. She has 10 in the first half. So she has just been a big driving force. And we talk about her offense, but also defensively, you know, she really kind of changed the momentum for them with that aggressive defense, forcing a turnover late in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's not only, you know, she's a third all-time scorer as a EuroBasket woman, but in 2 days, she's gonna have a birthday, and she only is gonna be 34 years old, so I'm sure that's not her last time being on the international level basketball for her country. So it is quite possible that she has still some milestone to reach, you know, for her personal success. So now 813 currently level with Agnes Nemeth, which she has passed in this game. And only Uljana Semjonova, 1,014 points, and Maria Veiger-Demsar, and it was 880, have scored more points in the tournament. So what a great milestone for this French legend, Sandrine Gruda, in today's game. So milestone being a third all-time scorer at Women's EuroBasket. So let me remind you, France at the halftime, this quarterfinals, 39 against Bosnia, 31. Leading by 8 points in tonight's game. Sandrine Gruda, 10 points for French side. 3 points, Sarah Michel. Liana Rupert, 4 points. Diana Chachung, 2 points. Valian Vukosavljevic, 6 points. Marine Joannes, 4 points. And Andine Miam, 4 points. And Gabi Williams, 6 points. So that's 8 players on the French side scoring already and contributing offensively. But we've seen France second half playing higher speed than the first half. And I think we're gonna see it again today against Bosnia. On the other hand, we've seen that Bosnia has been a little bit struggling with the aggressivity. Personal fouls 2, pardon, 3 for Nikolina Babic. So that's why we haven't seen her now by the end of the first half. 3 for Milica Deura, 2 for Junkun Jones, and then 1 for Delic, Nikolina Delic, and Angela Delic, 1 as well. 12 turnovers to Bosnia. I think, Shona, that's definitely one statistic what Bosnia will have to improve in the second half, because France is really effective punishing those and getting some easy points.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think, I mean, Jonquil Jones, so far she's proven that she can, you know, score and keep her team in the game, but you need more contribution. Plain and simple, it's very difficult for one player to carry the team scoring-wise. So, you know, Babic, I know she has 5 points, but she's missed some open shots. They've had open shots that they've missed. I'm wondering if we're seeing quite a bit of fatigue right now for this Bosnia team. And now let's hear from the coaches.
Coach, you're leading by 8, which is positive, but there's maybe something to solve is rebounds.
Well, it's a good thing to lead by 8 because it's not a reflect of the first half time. We have some difficulties to control Jungle Jones and the defensive rebound. We have to change some rules in defense to try to do better in the second half.
Thank you. Have a good one. Coach, great start, but something maybe you have to work on is turnovers, 12 turnovers.
Yeah, of course, but what I am happy about that we are the first team in a tournament which have domination in rebounds against France, and we compensate that turnover. We'll try to keep them down in the second half, and like if our shot opens, everything can happen. We'll do our best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there, we heard it from the coaches. You know, Coach Loyo always trying to look at the positives, right? And he says, well, only team so far that has played France are dominating the rebounds. So he said if they can start to knock down some of their shots, maybe it could get interesting. See Jones, 19 points, 16 rebounds. Babic, 2 assists.
Yeah, on the other hand, Coach Valerie Gardien, said that obviously they will have to improve defensively on Jangmyeon Jones. So she's not happy, obviously, for her having that big double within the first half. So we will probably expect either some maybe zone defense or maybe some rotations defensively to go and trap Jangmyeon Jones when she gets the ball, especially in the low block position. Here, 19 points, shooting 6 out of 11 from the field.
And that's what I was going to say. She's only shot 11 times. You know, it's not like she's putting up 15 shots. That's already her 5th double-double at this EuroBasket. And guess what? They've only had 5 games.
5 games, exactly. So another great personal performance for Jangmyeon Jones, and I think she would be even happier if they grab the win in today's quarterfinals.
Either way, whoever loses tonight still gives themselves that opportunity to qualify for the FIBA Women's World Cup next year in Australia. We do know the loser of this game will play the loser of Belarus and Sweden, and the winner of this game will play the winner in the semifinals.
Yeah, both teams gonna travel to Valencia, Spain for the next phase of the tournament. So this is the last day here in Strasbourg to be seen games of Women's EuroBasket 2021.
There you see the fans, which is a great sign after a difficult year and a half for everyone around the world. Fans back in the stands cheering on their countries.
Yeah, we spoke together before this game how Duncan Jones is starting the first half. It's usually a bit slower. But today, I think we've seen a great first half. Bosnian's center, Duncan Jones. So let's see. He's gonna carry on in the second half.
Hello and welcome back to second half action here in Strasbourg, France at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Shona Thorburn alongside Teresa Bradlevud. And do we have an exciting game? France only up 8 over a Bosnian team that are not saying die. Offensive rebound for France gives them another opportunity to score. And Gruda does not miss. It's that catch and shoot 2-point shot, right? How efficient is her catch and shoot 2-point jump shot?
And you know what, I think me personally, I think for me she's one of the most effective player from the mid-range.
Jones step back three-pointers off. Joannes. She likes the third quarter. We've seen that in the tournament. So she scores early. Now has 4 points, 6 points, excuse me. Missed opportunity. We have seen France come out in the third quarter and really start to put some teams away. Deep three-point shot attempt is off. Tavic goes all the way, misses. France with an opportunity to run to 5-on-4. Williams, little shake and bake action. She's fouled.
Yeah, you just mentioned that the offense of France has been overloaded because Tavic stayed under that rim. Here, that personal foul of Veselinovic. But you want to stretch the floor and give that fifth player space to cut to, especially when you don't have a defender.
Joannes, her three-point shot is good. And now she's starting to take over. 5 points here in the second half, in the first less than 2 minutes of the third quarter for Joannes. Jones wide open. Easy layup for her.
Yeah, that's one play you don't want to leave completely open, but I kind of thought that Gabby Williams had
Guess
her.
what? Joannes! For another three already. So she was 1 for 6 in the first half, 4 points. Now she already has a 12 points. Delic, shots off, and Joannes has it, but her ball is picked. Good defense by Delic. Delic goes all the way for a 2-point basket. Nice hands there by Delic on the defensive end. Duche finds Gruda. Gruda is human. She actually does miss sometimes, apparently. Nice cut, nice movement by Bosnia. And that is going to be another 2 points for Brajaninovic. Good patience there by Bosnia on the last possession, I thought.
Yeah, it's great recovery from that quick start of French team run 10-2.
Charteroux.
10-6 in this quarter.
Yeah, you kind of thought France was going to run away with it a little bit, but this Bosnian team kept their cool.
Yeah, I think it was great that Delic stopped that offensive Joannes previously and really cut
4
that margin.
seconds. Shot by Duche is off. Now Jones leading the break. Now Jones attacking. Her layup's off. No rebounders there for Bosnia. Now France is running in a wide open basket for Gabby Williams from Alex Duche.
We've seen Gabby Williams running the floor this game. Every time she has a chance, and it has been rewarded by her short players. This time Duche, great look. Knowing there's no one on that other half of the court except for Gabby Williams. That's 11 fast break points for France in this game.
Okay, so what's that?
So now a 16-point lead for France, and that's actually their biggest lead of the game.
And that's 8 points for Gabby Williams, 17 points from the bench of France. And obviously Gabby Williams is a big contributor. 15 assists for France. That's a great number. Sharing the ball, getting touches. On the other hand, 6 for Bosnia. 12 turnovers for Bosnia to 6 of France. Here, a highlight real queen.
It's that third quarter as well, Teresa.
Yeah, we've seen her playing great the first quarters as well, but she has been a little bit quiet in today's game. But you're absolutely right. This third quarter, you know, yeah, 4 points within the half, and now she's on a 12, and only been 4 minutes in the second half.
So now Bosnia trying to set up their offense. Savage tries to create tough layup. It's off. France are running again. Good job getting back on defense.
I think at this stage of the game, Bosnia is missing Marta Gajic, who has been really a big contributor on offensive glass for Bosnia.
3-point shot is off by Charteru.
And we've seen a couple of offensive positions now from Bosnia when there's been no one player fighting for the offensive rebound. And that could come to that fatigue we mentioned before this game, that Bosnians key players has been playing around 38 minutes at this championship. And you know what? The game is 40 minutes. You gotta play all 40.
And again, they're also missing, if you're just tuning in, Maritza Gajic, who's been a double-double player for them in this tournament. Nice little jump shot there by Melissa Rajaninovic. She has 4 points, good ball movement. Williams. Look like nice hands there. I didn't have the angle though. My number 25 is going to be called Angela Delic for Bosnia. Oh yeah. From our angle, it looked like it was all ball, but we were definitely behind the play.
Yeah, it's a second personal foul, Delic. That's Angela Delic.
Good defense there to force a 24-second shot clock violation.
Again, we see switch between two Bosnian defenders. Duche has tried to attack the taller one, but way too late.
So Bosnia with another chance to cut into this lead. Jones. Nice little up fake, got Sandrine Gruda on her feet, took her time, 2 more points for her, 23 points on the game for Jones. And a moving screen foul, I believe, is going to be called on Sandrine Gruda. That's going to be her second personal foul. Some substitution here happening for France, I believe. Siak, Helena Siak is going to come in for Gruda. So we saw a good first 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes by France, but Bosnia have done a pretty good job of slowly cutting back into that 16-point lead that France did have early in this quarter. Tavic, her assist is no good, but Jones there for the offensive rebound. Ball's gonna stay with Bosnia. There you see him. The Bosnian fans. Three-point shot by Jones is good.
You know, I know we're talking about the double-double, but usually it's considered when you hit the double digits above the 10. But I think soon we're gonna see from Duncan Jones about 20, maybe 30. At the moment, 26 points, 19 rebounds.
Mian, pass inside to Siak. Siak shots off. Bosnia running.
Right, recovery defensively from French side. Stop that break.
Nice on-ball screening action. Extra pass to Tavic. Tavic's three-point shot is off. Remember, we talked about this early, almost an offensive rebound. This Bosnian team has averaged over 9 three-pointers made per game. That's first in this EuroBasket, so they are a good three-point shooting team.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Lowe mentioned at a halftime interview. He said, as soon as we start to hit some shots, I'll be really happy because it's going to help us to the game. They only shoot 18% from threes in today's game and only hit 4, but out of 22. So, you know, obviously 4 is not bad, but shooting 22 times, that is 22 possessions, you know, so yeah, that's definitely one thing what Coach Lowe would wish for, to go a little bit higher, because they're averaging over 9.3 threes per game.
Marine Joannes' shot is off. And now Nikolina Jebo, number 11, is in for Bosnia. Tavic drives aggressively against Gabby Williams, who was the FIBA EuroLeague Women's Defensive Player of the Year this year. So Tavic not backing down. You saw Marine Joannes make a half-court shot there. It does not count. Timeout was called before. And now it's only a 5-point lead with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, and Bosnia is not giving up. That's their first quarterfinals of a women's EuroBasket, and they're not giving France any easy time in today's game. You know, we've seen such strong entrance for a French team into the game. Here we have some percentage, 47 2-points for France, 45 for Bosnia, but 4 out of 15 from 3-point, 4 out of 22. You know, Bosnia is taking 26 shots before this game from 3-point, so that's nothing new, but they already shot 22 times. So obviously they prayed for that they start to hit those long shots, because, you know, it's going to give you more space to attack, even though this Tavic's penetration we just seen against the EuroLeague Defensive Player of the Year, it's exactly what they need. They need to draw some foul, you know, they need to be aggressive to the rim, and it's going to give you open positions from threes and maybe a little bit more time to hit them. Duncan Jones, 26 points, 19 rebounds. Wow.
She's going to get a 20-20 in this game. I can guarantee you that. There's still 12 minutes left to play. All she needs is one more rebound.
Yeah, I think they should come out with a new stat.
We'll call it the Junkel Jones stat.
JJ.
JJ's stat at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Vukosavijevic thought about it, but dishes it off to Siak. Nice ball movement there by France out of the timeout.
2 points for Siak. And then 1 out of 3.
Jones gives it up, almost turns it over. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. There you saw Celine Dumer, the general manager of this French women's national team. Speaking of Sandrine Guder, Celine Dumer is also pretty well known for France in women's basketball. Sarah Michelle with a nice steal. Vukosavljevic is open. Her three-point shot is good. And now you see a little spark in this French team after that timeout was called by Coach Garnier. Their lead back up to 10 after that timeout.
And it was another possession when France punished turnover of Bosnia.
Extra pass to Jebo. Her shot's off though. France running. It's going to actually be a push in the back. Tavic says no, no, no. But the ref says yes, yes, yes. So it's going to be a foul on the ground, I believe. France ball on the baseline. So Vukosavljevic, you talked about Teresa, hadn't made a three up until this game. Now she has two. Nice on-ball pick-and-pop situation from Joannes to Endimium. Jones passes, backdoor cut. Possession will stay with Bosnia. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. It
was actually good behind defense cut from Nikolina Delic. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to get the ball here. Marie-Joannes on the bench, Rupe on the court, Chachum on the court, Siak, Vukosavljevic, and Michel for France.
So Rupe getting some significant minutes tonight. Hasn't played a lot in this tournament.
Yeah, and you know, where else you want to gain those valuable minutes than on the ground of the women's EuroBasket. Liliana Rupe played for Bourges Basket in the French top division, and she recently won the EuroLeague Women Young Player of the Year award. So obviously this is a great time for her to gain even more experiences on the international level.
Yeah. We saw her get drafted this year to the WNBA. I believe it was the Las Vegas Aces who drafted her. Sarah Michelle drawing the foul on number 11. Nikolina Jebo. No, Delic, sorry.
And because Bosnia already has over 14 fouls, that's why we see Sarah Michelle on the foul line.
25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Foul called on Sarah Michelle. It will be her first foul. They have fouls to give, though, before bonus. One more foul to give, to be exact. Tough pass, and it's a turnover. So France will get the ball back with 6 seconds left in this quarter.
Yeah, you know, this is only second turnover for Bosnia this quarter, but it actually came by the end of the quarter, which could bring a little bit negative momentum into that fourth quarter for Bosnia.
So Garnier with the substitution, no surprise, guess who goes in? Joannes. Joannes three-point shot is good! And that's why Coach Garnier subs her in. 6 seconds left, she goes all the way and banks in a three-point So, at the end of 3, 63 for France and 47 for Bosnia and Herzegovina.
50% for France, for 245 for Bosnia. You know, 6 made for France from 3 points to 4 for Bosnia out of 23. You know, I think France have done really good improvement on the glass defensively. You know, Bosnians players hasn't had any really intention even to go grab it. I think it might come to that little fatigue now during that third quarter. We've seen France really stepping strong into that third quarter out of the changing rooms. It was a great recovery for Bosnia still. Come back to the game, but you know, I think France now is, you know, they want to run the floor, they play aggressive defense, they create really well, they share the ball. We see great spacing running the floor. You know, I think Bosnia will have to step up defensively in this quarter and go back to playing and let Duncan Jones score some points, let the others score some points and get some easy runs, because I think it's very hard for them right now to play against set defense of France. You know, they big, they filling the space, so it will be important for them, we already said it, to hit some long shots as well.
And I'm not surprised seeing a little bit more energy coming out of this French team. This is their 4th game in 7 days, while this is Bosnia's 5th game in 7 days. So with France winning Group D, coming out the top in Group D, they gave themselves an extra day of recovery and preparation for this game, where Bosnia had to play in the quarterfinal qualification game, which they won over Croatia 2 days ago. Mia.
We've seen a zone defense from Bosnia try to change the rhythm defensively, but great cut to the middle. He had the first line in that zone for Mia. Wide open shot.
Giombetta checking in and making it count. She hasn't played a lot for them today either.
Yeah, but in that game in qualification for quarterfinals, she has had 14 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds for Bosnia and played 23 minutes. So that was a great personal game for Giombetta. And in today's game, she's been on only 6 minutes, scoring 2 points, grabbing 1 rebound. So a big difference, but this has been a great penetration.
So there you see the game coming up next. Belgium watching this game. They will take on Russia. Winner of this game goes to the semifinals. They will either play Belarus or Sweden. Chechon thought about it, puts it on the floor. Shots off, Jones with the rebound. She takes it, her layups off though.
Shame because Giombetta was running the floor. She was wide open, and shame that Duncan Jones didn't see her running.
Mia with a big mismatch underneath. Babbage has been quiet today. She's on the bench currently. She does have those 4 fouls, 5 points. Diura, 2-point jump shot's good. Currently, Belarus up 10 over Sweden with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. So the winner of that game will play the winner of this game, and the loser will play the loser of this game for that all-important also classification game. Those who finish top 6 in this tournament will give themselves a chance to compete for a spot at next year's FIBA Women's World Cup being held down under in Australia. Nice defense there. Savjevic into Miem. Miem, tough shot over Jones. Now Jones. Somehow goes coast to coast. She scores, it's an and one. And she is just adding to this incredible game. She has already had, she had an incredible game at halftime.
Yeah. Now 28 points, 21 rebounds. New stats, we calling for it. That's gonna be a JJ stats coach. But what I have to say, it's not that French defense didn't try to stop her, but she even showed another level of the ball handling of the center, considering Jungkook Jones' height. You know, you really gotta be ready team-wise for her. You can't just guard her one-on-one if you have this advantage. You gotta rely on the help of the teammates.
So Jones in this tournament averaging 20.8 points and 14.5 rebounds. So she has come out big in this game, trying to pull off the upset.
That's been a little bit quick shot offensively from Bosnia. Another possession for France. And short corner shot from Andy Miem. Wide open, no one contested her shot. Jambetta.
So Jones currently has 22 rebounds. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a new FIBA Women's EuroBasket record. Miem, shots off. She's just adding to this record. Now her 23rd rebound of the game. This Bosnian team is starting to look really tired to me. Understandable, these women have played a lot of minutes. Let's not forget, Marica Gajic. Miem, two-point shot.
Yeah, we mentioned before this game, those minutes, each player's having their feet, and I think now it's starting to show the depth of the bench on the French side, because Coach Valérie Garnier has managed the minutes of her players very well. Before this game, there was no player averaging more than 23 minutes per game on the other side, on the Bosnian side. All the key players were around 38 minutes per game, and I think obviously the basketball game is 40 minutes. And as you said, I think it is starting to show. So what I think Bosnia needs to do now, definitely focus not to come to the offensive half and take the first shot. They will have to play the clock a little bit and create themselves open positions. Turnovers 15 for Bosnia, France 8, steals 7 for France to 5 Bosnians. You know, we see 15 turnovers for Bosnia, but we have to remind ourselves that 12 out of them were during the first half. So not bad second half from Bosnia in terms of turnovers. But it's just the fact that the fatigue starts to show, and Bosnia's not recovering defensively to stop the quick breaks of France as they did during the first half. And you know what? France does what they need to do. They do play that fatigue of Bosnians running the floor and trying to overload and get some open shots.
It's number 15 for Bosnia. Diego has checked into the game. Jambetta draws a foul. I believe it's going to go against Sandrine Gruda, which will make it her third. No, possibly against Vukosavljevic, so that's her fourth. It's okay, she's smiling.
She's smiling, and she's staying on the court.
Babic, she's been quiet. She had those 5 points early in the game. Jambetta goes all the way for 2. And like you said, she had that really big game for them against Croatia, right?
Yeah, she played very well, 14 points, and I think it could have possibly been another contributor offensively to Jungkook Jones for Bosnia.
Oh, and 1 for Sandrine Gruda. And I'm not sure if you watched that possession, but how unselfish basketball was that? You had Vukosavljevic drive, kick to Williams in the corner. Williams makes the extra pass to Duche. Duche makes the extra pass to Miem. Miem makes the extra pass to Gruda, who is the beneficiary of great unselfish basketball. Now just over 5 minutes remaining. France, 18-point lead, 74-56 over Bosnia. Difficult offense, shot clock winding down. Babic got to let it go. Her shot's off, but a good offensive rebound there by Jebo. Jones, fade away, shots off. Williams. Aggressive take to the basket.
Yeah,
her left-hand layup's good.
Another quick break from France. Fresh feet, really wanted the desire to run the floor, and obviously defensively Bosnia doesn't have time to set up anything.
Jones' three-point shot attempt is off. Ball to France.
France leading this quarter 13-9. Total score 76-56 for France in this quarterfinals of the women's EuroBasket.
Williams. Chartreux, two-point jump shot's good. And a technical foul on Vukosavljevic, and I believe that's going to be her fifth. She's still talking, she's got to be careful. So number 11, Valerian Vukosavljevic, is picking up the technical foul.
C'est la 5e faute de Valerian Vukosavljevic.
So that's her fifth foul. Now she's going to the bench. Deandra Chachong. So maybe a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, summarize. Valerian Vukosavljevic, 9 points in this game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for a French side. Great performance, and she has hit her first threes at this championship.
And also 5 fouls now.
And 5 fouls. Great shooting, 75% from Vukosavljevic in today's game.
She kind of does a little bit of everything for this French team. What they need, she brings it. And now she will be encouraging her teammates here in the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds from the bench. Jebo, nowhere to go. Extra pass, Giombetta attacks, tough, nice pass inside. And number 15, Nicolina Jebo, gets her first 2 points of the game.
Boucher, Williams.
Foul called.
Only third team foul, but Caninovic, her third personal foul. France having baseline possession.
Fans cheering on the home team here. Offensive foul called on Ileana Rupert. Hooking foul.
Yeah. Now we see, I think it was a little bit too early, that pass from Chateau. She didn't give Rupert any time to build up that position in a close stop. So, foul for Ileana Rupert.
So that's 5 team fouls. Now, Babic. Again, Giombetta with a pretty good job of driving into the basket. She draws the foul. It's a non-shooting foul, but she's going to be going to the free throw lines because Bosnia are the beneficiary of France being in foul trouble.
Yeah, but now with the absence, obviously, of Junker Jones on the court, it comes to who's going to take that responsibility and be a danger offensively. And that last couple of possessions, there's been Gambetta, who has had a great game yesterday. Pardon, not yesterday, in the qualification for quarterfinals against Croatia, scoring 14 points, grabbing 5 rebounds. So she has been really effective this quarter.
I'm not sure we'll see Jones again, to be honest. Keep in mind, even if Bosnia lose, they still have another big game coming up on Friday. Sarah Michelle, repair there for the offensive rebound. Williams with the follow, and she draws a shooting foul.
Well, that's been a 10th offensive rebound for France. It's been rewarded by these 2 free throws. Jabko, personal foul first. This Bosnian player. Gabi Williams. 6 rebounds and 12 points in this game.
Making her first appearance for this French national team at a major international, at a major FIBA competition. Great addition for this French team.
Yeah, absolutely. And last year she played on a club level at EuroBasket, the top Hungarian division. And as we already said, she's been crowned Defensive Player of the Year of EuroLeague.
The year before, she actually played in France, so these players know her very well. She played for Lat Montpellier. Nice job again by Gambetta. Aggressive here in the second half for number 5, Milagina Gambetta from Bosnia. And the French fans starting to sing the national anthem. I think they're sensing a possible victory coming up. 1 minute 20 remaining. France up. 26 points at this point. 3-point shot attempt by Angela Delic for Bosnia. So good job by them. And if you're just tuning in, this score is not really indicative of how the game was. This Bosnian team did not back down. They came to fight and to try and upset France. And it was really, I would say, midway through the third quarter that France started to pull away. And I think a lot of it actually had to do with fatigue, not necessarily talent. What do you think, Teresa?
Yeah, here we see game leaders for France, 15 points for Bruda, 6 rebounds for Gabi Williams, Joanna, 5 assists. You're absolutely right, Shona. And you know what's even more promising for Bosnian basketball, that they're facing the possible top at this women's EuroBasket, and they actually at the moment still winning the fourth quarter, 20-17. So they didn't really give up once that third strong quarter for France has been against them, and they still keep fighting. They still have a courage to go and attack the basket. And you know, I think after these championships, they should keep their heads up, because they have made a stamp for their country at the Women's EuroBasket 2021.
So Jones has checked back in, along with number 9, Zlatjana Domuzin, making an appearance. She has not played many minutes for Bosnia. 0, actually, so Coach Goran Loyo.
I think we're going to see Janko Jones getting the ball. I don't see any other reason why she would come back to the court.
Ball stays with Bosnia. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Gambetta. Nice Backdoor cut by Jones. Somehow Jones misses that, though. And now France, about a 10-second shot clock, game clock differential, so they'll have to get a shot up. Williams gives it off to Michelle. The youngster Rupert hands it back off. Sarah Michelle for 2 points. And another rebound for Jones. 11.3 seconds left until France can officially start celebrating, though the bench is already celebrating. They know they're going to another semifinals. Jones' three-point shot is just short. So France 80, Bosnia and Herzegovina 67. And now France will be making their 11th semi-final appearance in the women's EuroBasket, the most out of any country so far. That being said, Spain plays later, and if Spain make it to the semifinals, they will also be making their 11th. But as of right now, we know France is moving on to the semifinals of the FIBA Women's EuroBasket competition. And we also know that they are going to be taking on Belarus on Saturday in the semifinals. What a great, great performance by Bosnia. History's not over for this country. They're going to be playing Sweden for a very important opportunity to possibly finish top 6 in this tournament and qualify for the World Cup qualification tournament, which will be held next February.
And here, winner of this quarterfinal game, France, celebrating in the middle of the court. We'll see some numbers here. France shooting 48 from 2 to 49. Bosnia, they have been shooting, they hit 6 threes. France against 5 for Bosnia. 42 rebounds to 47 from top scorers. Gruda 15 for French side. Bosnia 29 points for Janko Jones. And not only the points, she has also grabbed 24 rebounds. What a numbers. You know, Sandra Gruda, I think she has been absolutely superb for the French side in today's game. Finishing on 15 points, grabbing 3 rebounds, 3 assists. But you know, she has been a great contributor offensively and defensively when France needed her, and that was during the first half mostly. On the second half, we've seen that Uragan stepping into the court. Marine Joannès hitting quick points of hers, finishing on 15 points, you know. I think Bosnia and Herzegovina could leave this court with their head up. They have won the last quarter. They have played with their pride, and I think they played for the country. They can be proud of them. But as you said, it's not over yet. There is one more goal left for them, and that is to be top 6, to be able to go to their qualification for the World Cup next year. So congratulations to France to advance into semi-final against Belarus.
And while you're watching these highlights, don't forget, with those 24 rebounds for Jonquel Jones, she now has the FIBA Women's EuroBasket rebounding record since statistics were taking place from 1995. And also, Sandrine Gruda, with her points tonight, now puts her into 3rd place on the all-time points in a EuroBasket. So congratulations both those two players on, I mean, easily historical performances.
Yeah, I only agree. And Jonquel Jones, we see that was her 5th double-double at the EuroBasket. And as we already mentioned, guess what? This was only the 5th game they have played at this women's EuroBasket. So what a contribution and individual performance for Duncan Jones.
Her 5th double-double in 5 games. Like you said, an absolutely wonderful performance by her, not just tonight, but in this entire tournament. Big third quarter by Maureen Joannes. She finished with 15 points. Gruda, consistent as ever, 15 points. Endi Miem, she had 14 points. It kind of felt like a quiet 14 points, but she still ends up with 14. So you see the smiles, you see the celebrations. Olivia Ipopa there.